Okay, so let's start. Art expresses the diverse culture of people from different eras. It has become a way to communicate the uniqueness of the people, their countless elaborate rituals and colorful traditions. The paintings, sculptures, architecture, and folk arts present the scope of civilization, technology, and history of the people. Good morning, everyone. Today, we would like you to introduce with you our local artists in Balabagan. Please help me welcome Mr. Carl Anthony Wagas. Hi,
Hi.
Carl. Good
Hello.
morning.
Morning.
How was
Yes.
your day?
Okay naman. Still
Okay,
still
so
busy.
you can introduce now yourself.
Okay. So,
Okay.
good morning, everyone. So, let me kind of introduce myself to you. I am Carl Anthony P. Wagas, and 19 years of age. Currently po ako nag-aaral ngayon sa ZIPSU or the Zamboanga Peninsula Polytechnic State University. And taking up the course of BSIT ADT or Architectural Drafting. And naturally born and raised po ako sa Barangay Lorenzo, Balabagan, Lano del Sur po. And
Okay, so before we start, another question sa mo. How was your online class?
yeah, actually I am very struggling now in my online class, especially sa course ko. Kasi mostly of our works or plates deal on more architectural plates and kailangan talaga every ano man na guided, pero hopefully we can
Yes.
recover and masurvive lang din
Oo,
hopefully.
magamit niya na imong pagka-artist nimo. O imong course with again? What is your course?
My course is architectural drafting.
Okay, architectural drafting. So, art is magamit niya siya dira sa kana nga course.
Yes.
So, start na ta. Are you
Okay.
ready? Okay, so I
Yeah,
have a
ready.
question. Okay,
Mm.
so do you have a sample artwork, scraps, or performance that you can share to us and discuss the subject, techniques, medium, and how you utilize the element and design of your particular artworks? And you can
Okay.
share also your
So,
artworks. Go.
okay. So let me humbly share you one of no, not one, but many of my artworks. So I will not consider this one of the best, no, the best of all the best. Pero as an artist, you should credit yourself for making an artwork, no. So I'm willing ako na ipakita yun sa inyo lahat. So uh, starting off, so here's my first artwork. So this is my first artwork. Mostly I did it in more an abstract approach. So kung makikita nyo, mostly ginagamit ko dito is more on shapes lang talaga. So if maraming nagko-question if what is this art all about? So this art is entitled Colony. So colony or a beehive so represents community. So again, kung makikita nyo, this is the format of one community or we can say as uh, a country under one rule. Okay, so yan. One of my abstract which entitled the colony. So next is yes, this is my first mural painting. So hindi ako gaano ka-detailed in terms of my paintings, pero yeah, surely it's a form of art for me. So it started on grade 11. Grade 11 ako niyan and I was given a chance na i-express yung sarili ko. So yeah, that was my first mural. So and this is one of my I can consider this one of my masterpieces kasi it is my first time um, painting in a canvas, and ito yung naging result. So, more on naturalistic landscaping. Um, in terms of the detailed, mas if you can see more on dark parts, highlights, colors. So, very important talaga ang color schemes and color patterns sa art kasi kailangan mo yung contrast and brightness, kailangan mo ma-meet sa isang canvas yun. So, what else? Um, so here is one of my first, uh, I think ito na yung unang plate ko in my course. So, we apply their shadowing, like a formal sketching talaga. So yeah, nag-draw ko yung apple. And it looks great, like very realistic talaga siya. Like that. So next one is this. So for those who are going to take up or took up architectural drafting, ma-encounter nyo talaga to, the geometric figures kung saan kailangan nyo matuto yung shadowing. So dito naman, yung elements na nandito is more on lines and shadows, and especially yung light, yung importante. Kasi if you know where's the light strikes, kaya syempre alam mo din kung saan tatama yung shadow ng isang object. So yeah, this is my first abstract canvas. So I was able to paint an abstract canvas in a certain dance evolution competition. So very grateful ako at nagamit yung artwork ko as a stage, no, of a performer. Yan. Okay. This one is this was my second digital art. So ngayon nagde-discover or nag-explore na ako more on digital art. So this art piece, entitled ko siya as Unknown World. So, alam ko ba ewan ko kung bakit Unknown World? Pero it is the concept of more on imaginations. So, it was happened na I just parang natutulog ako or something, taking a nap, and then all of the objects are blowing inside my mind. So, ginawaan ko siya ng digital art. And yeah, that's my name and the date. It's Carl, and it's 4:15 and 2021. So it's one of, you need to consider when you're going to draw on art, you need to credit yourself, of course. Um, of course, this is an editorial cartooning. So we are able to present a editorial cartooning na nagpe-present about virtual education. So, yung challenge talaga ng virtual education ngayon, ng new normal system, the online class, online modules sa mga students. So, ayan. So, dito naman, mostly ginamit ko is shading ulit, lines, sketches. These are what we call mga scratches, no? There are different line shadings. Meron tayong pwede dotted, pwede scratches, or so different approach of sketching. So editorial cartooning is used, no, to imply or to give a message in a certain topic. And yeah, share ko lang din na I've been also a campus journalism. I'm one of the participants in campus journalism during the past 2 years, and I've already achieved two division qualifier. I'm a two times division qualifier, regional qualifier. So this was my artwork. Um, so because of this school, dito ako nag-aaral ng junior and senior high school. Binigyan ko siya ng credit. So I made my own artwork sa mismong name ng school. It's to credit my school and to give the honor na because of them, hindi ako may expose in much bigger stage. And
Yes.
because of the no, because of sa mga opportunities na binibigay ng school sa akin, especially the trust na binibigay nila sa akin. So, I cannot do all of these things without them. So, and yung first lettering ko at yeah,
Yes.
lettering ko sa ng school. Uh, yeah, that's it. So,
Okay, so all your artworks are Loksu Gold.
yeah,
Okay,
thank you,
so
thank you, thank you.
what makes you inspired in making those artworks?
um, excuse me. So, what makes me inspired in doing those artworks, no? So, actually, art is or being an artistic or creativity um, is everything. No, lahat ng ginagawa natin, even the simplest thing um, is an inspiration for an artist. So, from that small things, kailangan mong kumuha ng inspirasyon to build a masterpiece or a form of art into parang a small things to a bigger world or a bigger picture. So, yung nag-inspire talaga sa akin ng artwork is, ano, yung ano ko siguro, yung curiosity ko. No? Kung hindi ka curious sa isang bagay, you will never learn to explore those things. Diba? All of my skills in art is self-taught and self-knowledge. Kumbaga, actually sa family namin, wala talaga mag-draw. I mean, yeah, very shocking lang kasi saan ko ba nakuha yung skills na ganito? Pero, speaking of passion, if you have that heart in you na uh, taking those inspirations as one of your strengths as an artist, then you can you are inspired and you can be an inspiration to everyone.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So next, in your point of view, why art is considered as ageless and timeless? Can you share some thoughts about it?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, na as we can observe naman nowadays, so art is everywhere talaga.
Yes.
Gaya nga ng sabi ko, from the simplest thing to the biggest canvas, no, lahat it's always a form of art. So what makes an art ageless and timeless? It's because of we are keep on adapting this form of skills and talents. There are naturally born artists. Actually, yung skills mo sa pagiging art. Gaya nga ng sabi nila, picture paints 1,000 words, di ba? Ika nga. So, even to draw a simplest human figure or a bahay ba, it's a form of art. So, you can still consider yourself as a naturally born Filipino artist. No? That's why art is ageless and timeless. Why? Because art is, alam mo, hindi naman yan sa pabataan, di ba? Kahit gaanong edad, no, applicable ang art. E- every dimension ng buhay na pwede mong makita as an artist is an art. And what makes this timeless kasi art starts from cave paintings. No, if you know that art starts from cave paintings using stones, nagbabark lang sila nagbabark lang or nagsisculpt lang sila sa trees to greater buildings. Architectural are art, are forms of art. No, buildings um, from the ceilings of the churches during the Baroque and Renaissance period. So art continues to influence more and more, no, as the generations continue to to add up. Syempre nadadagdagan din yung curiosity ng tao, especially if you feel that passion na nagiging artist ka. You always have that curiosity in you na what's new, what's good about it, ano yung pwede kong gawin, ano yung pwede kong i-produce as an artist. So that's what make it art. ageless and timeless.
Okay. Thank you for that. And next is for you, why art involved your experience?
Why art involved my experience? So it's a great question.
Yes.
Um, Actually, everything we do is a form of art. Talaga. No? My experience, your experience is a form of art. So, why art involved my experience? Because I enabled art to be part of my experience. Kumbaga, in-embrace ko siya. So, hindi ko naman alam na may talent ako sa ganito. Noong una nga, hindi ko hindi talaga ako makapaniwala na uy, sobrang yung compliment from other people. Like, sobrang galing mo, sobrang paano mo yun natutunan? Like, yung nakikita ko yung uniqueness ng sarili ko from everyone because of my art skills. I don't want to brag this, hindi ko siya pinagmamayabang. But you need to embrace it, diba? Why art involve your experience? Because my story is an art and I let the art to be my instrument to express my experiences in life, no? Yung journey ko, yung story ko, from a beginner artist to this stage na more on reliable of doing art stuff, no? You just need to embrace, especially yun nga pag may passion ka. If you know yourself, your strength, na magaling ka sa isang bagay, no, embrace it. You don't need to be selfish. Alam mo yun, wag mo ipagkait sa sarili mo yung alam mo na kaya mo naman, no? Everything is always a part of yourself if you have or if you are willing to embrace those things, 'di ba? So hindi magiging part ng experience ko yung art if hindi ko siya in-embrace. At hindi rin ako magiging art if I do not credit or I do not acknowledge art in my life. So yun lang.
Okay. Next, for you, who are your bigger influences in making those particular artworks that you share, Ganiha?
Okay. So, as we all know, masyadong in the field of art, masyadong malawak. Kasi there are forms of art, artworks, art piece, diba? We have sculptures, we have architectures, we have like waving, sculpting, painting. So sa painting din merong different medium, di ba? Merong oil pastel, meron din portrait, may cartography, merong caricature, merong doodle. So sa bigger influence ko ng art, it started when I heard and I studied the life of the famous artist Vincent van Gogh. Kasi here's the good fact about it. So Vincent van Gogh was a famous artist. It's the fact that everybody knows. He produced the famous The Starry Night, 'di ba? Alam mo 'yun. The Starry Night painting na nag na masyadong naibenta sa mahal na na cost or price. Now, what's the good thing about Vincent van Gogh is except of his product of art, but of course, if you're going to think, isang artist na may mental health, masyadong, I am very amazed, no? Kasi si Vincent van Gogh has a mental health and he was able to produce a great work or a great masterpiece na naging kilala or all over the years. So meron pang iba, meron pang we have Vicente Manansala, si Botong Francisco, Filipino artist. So sobrang dami ng nag-influence sa akin sa art. Um, of course, hindi ko din pwede kalimutan the bigger influences na nangyari sa akin, yung sino-sino yung mga naging influences ko is those person na nagbigay sa akin ng opportunity na i-open up ko yung pagiging uh, artist ko. Now, without them, hindi naman siguro madidiscover yung self ko. Siguro madidiscover ko yung sarili ko, little by little. Pero, without that window or that door na binukas nila sa akin, or that stage na binigay nila sa akin to express myself in a form of art, an artist. So, wala din. So, I mean, gaya nga ng sinabi ko, if you were going to get inspirations, always give credits to yourself, to the people you look forward, and then to those people na nagbibigay sa'yo ng opportunity to express yourself as an artist.
Okay, so I want you to ask this. How have you developed your career as a local artist?
Okay, so, I mean, mostly madami naman talaga ang nagtatanong yan sa akin, no? Not because I considered myself as one of the best, no? Pero, how I develop myself in a form of art. Nung una talaga is practice. Yung yung first ano ko is yung passion. Ngayon nasabi ko yung passion mo. If you love what you do, if you love what you do, nandun yung drive na tutuloy-tuloy mo. Pero sometimes those those years na pinurso ko yung art, it is not as easy. Kasi although nade-develop ko siya, like, I'm watching YouTube, watching, syempre practices, nagpagpa-practice araw-araw, tapos yung self-taught or yung self-knowledge, yung experience, syempre importante yung experience. Kasi um, one thing talaga na made-develop mo as art is your experience. It's not all about your artworks or your artist, but it's all about your experience as an artist. Kasi yung self-taught mo, yung pinapanood mo sa YouTube, it is done na eh. Alam mo yun, yung ginawa na ng mga Greek, ng pinanonood mo, ng mga artists, ginawa na yun. So, that is their experience. So, it's okay na gawin natin silang na gawing guide yun. Especially for those beginners na uh, curiosity doon talaga and wants to explore. Pero at the moment, marirealize mo na all I have is my experience. Kasi everything you do, everything you produce an artwork, there's always an experience. Merong untold story, and that's the good, or yun yung maganda sa isang artwork na meron siyang istorya. No, it's not because I draw this I draw this kasi, or I paint this kasi nakita ko or ginaya ko. So, and one thing na ma-develop mo as an artist is you have to accept your flaws. Yun talaga. Kasi sometimes yung pagiging curiosity natin nag-e-exage sa expectations natin. So sometimes merong naiisip ko din na before as my experience, like bakit ganito na ang dali-dali lang sa kanila, ilang ilang araw lang nila na, I mean siguro ilang araw lang nila tapos ako bakit ganito. Una pa lang na naisip ko na it's not more about on interest. Kasi hindi porket gustong-gusto mo, makukuha mo na agad, no? So you have to, like those artists, you have to earn years of practices, mistakes, failures, challenges. Especially for those aspiring artists, one talaga na problema is meron kang shaking part as an artist. What do you mean by this shaking part or in your life as an artist? Like sometimes hindi ka consistent sa ano. Sometimes hindi ka consistent sa ginagawa mo, no? And you have to accept this kasi ito yung nature ng pagiging artist. Eh. Hindi naman lahat ng artist buong araw yun or buong taon yun lang ginagawa nila. They have also challenges and nagiging shaky din sila at some point. So this shaking part of your life is when you encounter problems and especially criticism. Through the years, if you want to, yun nga, if you are willing to embrace art, positive and negative ideas or positive and negative environment of art, kailangan mo yung tanggapin. It is the nature of art. So, yun lang. If you want to develop your art, continue to practice, continue to get more inspiration kasi kailangan yung inspired eh. Diba? Well,
Yes.
kailangan talaga inspired.
Oh, kailangan yun ng
If you don't have that inspiration, wala. Wala talaga. Pero it doesn't mean that you need to have someone no, para maging inspiration. Kasi sabi ko, everything is an art. So, sa mga maliliit na bagay, gawin mo siyang inspiration and turn it into a
yes.
masterpiece. So, yun lang.
Thank you for that. Okay, next. In this 21st century era, what you can advise to those aspiring artists in our locality, and how would you influence them?
Okay. So, I was going to speak this idea or this perception based on my experience. Excuse me. So, I am not giving this advice talaga, no? Like, iniisip ko na ako yung the best. Hindi naman.
Yes.
Pero, if you're willing to take my advice, it's up to you. So, as my advice, as
Okay.
dahil sa mga experience ko, first, kailangan mo, if you're an aspiring artist talaga, you need to build confidence.
Mm-mm.
First, build your own confidence. Kasi, gaya nga nasabi ko, everything the art na, every art piece na you produce, it's always starts with your story. So if you're not confident to share those stories in a medium or in a form of art, then it doesn't mean that you failed, okay? It doesn't mean that you failed, especially to those beginners na nagsistart pa lang. Pero, um, nandun na yun eh, na hindi mo gustong i-embrace yung passion mo. So, have a confidence, embrace the passion of art. Tapos, for those aspiring artists, continue yung form of art. Alam mo, it's okay na mag-focus ka muna sa isang form of art, then the following year, the following months, iba na naman. I mean, sa art kasi, it is not a competition. You have your own story, you have your own field, you have your own genre. Like music, di ba? Merong ballad, merong OPM. It it depend dun sa singer. So sa art, it depends dun sa artist. So if you have that passion to become an aspiring artist, continue. No, yun lang talaga. Practice, practice, practice. Don't get tired of making mistakes. Don't get tired of the critics of others. Kasi mapapagdaanan mo talaga yun. You know? They are some of the famous artists are hindi sila naging ganun kabilis nagsumikat. As what I have shared to you like Vincent Van Gogh na meron siyang mental disabilities. Naisipin natin, I am very proud of those artists na PWD. Um, I have studied about this artist. We have Dude Macapso. Uh, Dude Macapso. I know. I mean Dudes Macapas. He is an artist here in Zamboanga. No, probably nakikita ko talaga siya every time na kasi meron siyang art gallery. And what's amazing about it is isa siyang personal disabilities. No, I don't want to judge personal disabilities. Kaya nga sinasabi ko, napaka-amazing nila ng tao. Kasi if you were going to think, kompleto ka, like, yeah, you can admit na nothing is perfect, ba? Pero if you're going to accept your imperfection, pero physically, if you're going to to visualize, isang PWD na tao, ngayon na nagbi-build ng own career niya in artistry, 'di ba? Meron siyang own gallery, nag-start lang siya sa portrait, charcoal painting, ganyan, portraits. caricatures. Eh, di ba, kung iisipin mo, kung kaya niya, kaya mo din. Di ba? Kaya ko din as an artist na I have my hands, I have two, two feet, two legs, kompleto. No, I am not disabled. I thank God that I am not disabled. No? Be grateful for that. And then, if you're grateful that you are perfectly made, then be grateful to your artworks na ginagawa mo or to those art na napuproduce mo. So, I'm not going to speak a lot, no, pero I will going to motivate those aspiring artists to continue. Kasi nga, gaya nga ng nasabi ko rin kanina na art is ageless and timeless for some reason. So, continue to influence others. Don't be selfish. No? If you have that opportunity to share those knowledge, i-share mo din sa iba. Kasi nagkakaroon tayo ng, because of our selfishness, nagiging mangmang tayo at some point. If you would agree, nagiging mangmang tayo at some point because of our selfishness. Why? Kasi we never think about the opportunity na pwede tayong matuto from the experience of others. Kasi we're too confident of ourselves na, okay, kaya ko naman. No? If na, nag-practice na ako ng ano, kaya niyan din mag-practice. No? Pero the ability to share knowledge and to share your own experiences to others, light yun eh. Kumbaga, nagbibigay yun ng passion, ay ng flame sa passion nila to pursue. Diba? You don't need lots of supporters. You don't need lots of supporters. You don't need to amaze, everybody. Kasi sa form of art, gaya nga nasabi ko, sa form of art, be ready to accept critics, to accept negative judgments. No? Kasi it's reality. Wala naman sigurong tao na never, 'di ba? If you are judged, you are judged. But it doesn't mean if you are an artist, judgment will never stop you from being an artist. Talaga. So continue to get inspirations, to get more motivations to always continue to practice and enhance your ability in art. No? You don't need, eto talaga, one of my advices, you don't need expensive materials to produce a great artwork. Yan talaga. So, kasi nag-start ako ng artwork, normal pencil, then mga brush ng like mga simpleng brush lang, pampintura ng wall. So, yun na lang, ginugupit ko na lang siya if I needed small size brushes. So, ginugupit ko na lang siya. And, minsan, kung na-experience ko din dati, walis tambo. Yung walis tambo, tinitrim ko na lang to be ano. So, one of the talents of being an artist also is a being innovative. Continue
Yes.
to work with your imaginations. Not because of, I mean, do not exceed on the expectations that, especially when you're beginner. Okay lang na merong on imagination kasi doon nagsa-start yung creativity natin eh. Pero if you're going to have expectations and then you fail to reach those expectations, bababa yung kumpiyansa natin eh, as an artist. So, it's okay to have imaginations and expect okay lang din, pero in a level na alam mo na kaya mo sa sarili mo. No? Kasi di ba meron talaga expectations na sobrang taas. So yun, be resourceful talaga. You don't need like charcoal set, di ba? Kasi some kasi ngayon meron ng mga nagcha-chat din sa akin like, kuya, ano yung mga best brand, di ba? A best brand of paintbrushes, ano yung best brand of color pencils? Then, tinanong ko siya, are you starting to learn an artwork? Sabi niya na, yes po. Okay. So, huwag mo na mag-start ng ano. No? If you have that, naman, financial capability to produce, why not? Diba? Pero to those, yun talaga. Mostly kasi sa mga aspiring artists, I don't recommend it na mag-spend talaga ng ano. Kasi you can start your own artwork in a simple materials na meron ka. Kasi, 'di ba? ako nga, never ako naghingi ng ano. Siguro, through the years, pag yung curiosity and yung experience mo, ah, kasi di ba, through the years, mas humahaba yung experience mo. So, ibig sabihin nun, mas nagiging curious ka, mas gusto mong mag-explore. And sometimes, dun sa explorations mo, needed mo na ng mga materials talaga if you want to step up. Pero if you want to be an aspiring artist, you just need to be innovative at you said. Always have an inspirations, then continue. Never quit. Yun lang. Whew.
Okay, so I think this would be the last question that I will going to ask with you. How does your artwork depicted your cultural values and beliefs?
Uh, how does artwork depict your cultural values and beliefs?
Beliefs. Yes.
Actually, that as we all know, no, even the traditional art forms before, arts are presented because of artistry and creativity. Pero as generation goes by, no, yung yung importance ng art nagle-level up or tumataas. Not because of the price of the artworks, but because of what artworks try to tell us or what the artwork is trying to to depict. Right? Artworks kasi ngayon, nag, yeah, totoo talagang artworks is a form of, parang kumbaga, it is a mirror or a medium na enable for us to see the reality. No, yun yung magandang um,
Yes.
magandang definition ng art. To see what is the truth. Kasi sometimes artworks are produced because of this inspiration. And some of these inspirations come from social issues, di ba? Yung mga nangyayari sa ating environment, yung mga usapin na especially like example the corruption, the red tagging, no? Especially when you are on editorial cartoons, may experience mo talaga yun kasi you've been given social issues na kailangan mo siya kailangan mo bumuo ng image or or isang sketch or an artwork na magrepresent sa isang social issues, no? So these social issues are very prone na nowadays. Especially one of the current issue is pandemic, no? So through this art, um, meron tayong issue. I have, as far as I remember, meron issue tungkol dun sa mga frontliners, um, because they have not given that much as attention. So, meron nag-viral sa Facebook ng isang painting talaga na uh, it was a painting na nagde-describe or nagpe-present ng image ng mga frontliners behind those curtains na medical curtains, no? So through art culture, through art culture are presented. We have the best art of mga Catholic, the Catholic churches, meron din. Madaming form of art. It's beliefs, no? It's culture. So, yung root kasi ng art, it's also start from the, excuse me, yung root ng art starts from the culture and the tradition of, if you're Filipino, it starts from the culture and tradition of Filipino. So, doon na nagsimula yung inspiration ng mga artists. Diba? Like Botong, like Juan Luna. If you remember Juan Luna, the great painter, the greatest painter who painted the Spolarium. No? Uh, it was a history before. So these 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 artworks presented to be a portal for you to see what you can, what you can see, and this is your voice for those artists na hindi, or even to those citizen na hindi makapag-voice out. So through art, 'di ba? That's why if you can see protesters, mga nagpo-protesta, meron silang form of art, no? It's their voice. Slogan is form of art. It's their rights, and it's using art, it's their voice. So in this time, um yung importance ng art is very, kumbaga, nagre-raise into high cost, not because of the materials, not because of the the artwork, no, but because of the message na meron, or yung message na gusto talaga ipaabot ng um, artworks, or ng artist sa isang, or sa isang social issues na gusto niya i-address. So that's why we should never, alam mo yun, hindi natin pagwalang bahala ang mga artworks, no? Kasi sometimes using artworks talaga, pwede that we can help, 'di ba? Through artwork we can open up closed-minded person, especially if you have problem in the government, like the corruption. Pwede mo siya gawing medium to open up na mag-serve as your voice, no? If you have a problem in a certain community, then you can present. Kaya nga meron tayong poster making, slogan making, di ba? Different form na pwedeng mag-depict ng culture, tradition, and even social issues. So, nowadays, art is not just an art, but art is considered as an instrument. So,
That's all.
can I give an advice to those who wants to become an artist? Ito talaga yung gusto kong yan. So,
Okay.
if there would be a question of how to become an artist, okay. So, gusto ko lang i-share na if you want to become an artist, there is no, alam mo yun, walang standard. Alam mo yun, walang guide para maging artist ka. Ngayon sabi ko, follow your stories, follow your experience. All of your experiences in life will lead you to a bigger art world. First, gaya na sabi ko, be passionate. Be passionate, love what you do. No? Kasi if hindi mo mahal yung gusto mo, susuko at susukuan mo talaga yan. Wow, mahugot. Okay. Pero, really, if you have that passion in you, if you have that heart in what you do, magiging ano yan eh, kumbaga, maglo-long last yun eh. Kasi, minahal mo yung, trabaho mo. Then, the second one is, learn to accept imperfection. This is what I am always going to treasure or kept. You don't need to be perfect, especially sa art. Your art, there are different types of arts, and um there are different art types of arts, and you have to to excuse me for a while.